bonna basayininga bampadde memoranda zaabwe. So ekitegeeza bakkiriza omulimu gwensigazizza kuziteeka wamu kuwandika cabinet information paper mbatwalire bagamba wayi bannannyini cooperatives bagambye baagala banka yaabwe ate era ekirungi eri mu mateeka mwagiyisa. So ekyo kiwedde naye nja basaba Uganda Cooperative Alliance ate etandike sente mmeka ba cooperators obukadde 14 mutandika mutya babanene batuuka oba ku kadde billions 15 nga beetaaga 16 nga tugamba gavumenti kwatereke 10 tojja basasula. We are the same people. We are helping and serving the same citizens of this country. That is all. Kibadde meetings zibadde nnungi. I'm happy to conclude nti byonna biwedde era n'okubazaamu balina okunyuwinga amaanyi gaabwe baseemu enkola gye balina okukola emirimu gyabwe baleme kubeeraawo n'amaanyi mangi olugezi lungi babeere down on the ground batambule basaavinga abantu ate era bajjumbire okulonda okulonda kwabwe okutuuka baddeyo mu bantu banoonye obululu nga fuddayo omanyi nabagambye dda nti cooperative movement erina okukola ng'enaare myaka 5 tuddayo myaka 5 nobeera covid ffe tuddayo netugenda tufeesinga abantu netukola accountability netumala naluno luwe tutandika phase empya tubabuulidde ba elda bali wano babagamba bakwate sente z'abantu bulungi bagulire abantu bebakola tutambule movement yaffeddewo nagisanga ya bukadde 6 kati ba cooperators bali bukadde 14 ngoyagala ogamba mu nsi muno nti twagala kusimba emiti obukadde 14 buli lunaku ennaku 3 kozesa cooperative mu nsi y'abantu obukadde 4 naye kati nga kasooli obukadde 4 twenna amini nga emwanyi tosobola kunywa kaawa gyetukola wano kaawa obukadde 4 tetumumalaawo tetubulaba Uganda erwana ne president kati wenjogerera ali mu Kenya agezaako okunyweza akatale ka East African Community kuba bwekukwata akatale ka East African Community oba obudde ku katale k'abantu amakumi obukadde 4 ogenze ku bukadde obutaka wansi 12 obuna oba osobola okutundayo ate bw'ovaawo n'ogenda ku Africa yonna erina African Continental Free Trade Area nayo erina biliyoni abantu basifika biliyoni abasobola okugula ebintu. So ebyo bikulu nnyo tulina okutambula naye nga tubeera wamu n'ezo ensi endala tusobole tukola obulungi tutunde nabo batuguze naye tetujja kutunda bintu nga tetuyongedde ku mutindo omuzungu byayitamu tuba tugezaako ebyuma byonna ebyali byakayiira mu Uganda tubiddiza ba cooperators basobole obikozesa bogereko value basobole okompiitinga n'ensi endala.
And we have told them, go down and sensitize people first and ask the people, because this bank is not going to. If it comes and they want us to support them, we will work and plead with government and fight and see that there are resources given to them to capitalize their bank, and they start off from there. Because it is very important. We've done this to Uganda Development Bank. So it is not something that is wrong, because if it can benefit our people, really, Uganda, our parliament is a people-centered parliament, and so we would want to work for people to be able to benefit, to be served well.
A national cooperative bank that will enable all cooperators and Ugandans to access affordable and appropriate finance in doing their activities. As cooperatives in our region, we pledge the total commitment to contribute to the required capital for starting and functionalizing of the cooperative bank. We want to say to you, Honorable Minister, that we are totally committed to ensure that this bank starts operating. As the apex of cooperatives in Uganda, which are, as appointed by the Minister of Trade, which is headed by none other than our Honorable Minister, who is here, it's going to spearhead. We have mandated them to go ahead and spearhead the establishment of operationalization of the cooperative bank, and not any other group, bearing in mind that we must have balanced governance and management of this bank. I want to repeat this. Provided we have regional balance in governance and management of this bank. That is what we have resolved.
The challenge we have, I know we have other challenges, but specifically here, we are talking about a challenge on access to finance and access in terms of affordability and appropriateness. Yes, we have many banks in Uganda, over 26 commercial banks, different MFIs, money lenders, circles and others. But the challenge we have, despite having these financial institutions, is which institution addresses the needs of the smallholder farmers, the smallholder artisan, the smallholder, whichever activity you are doing, the SMEs, all these, how can they access money? It's a very big challenge. I always ask myself, why would the Uganda Investment Authority, for example, leave this country to Europe and America to look for investors? Why can't we invest in our own people? These are Ugandans, we are educated, bachelors, masters, PhDs. We can actually invest. But the biggest challenge we see is having patient capital. Where do you get this money? Because the banks, usually they are looking at profits and profits in the short run. But when you go to the developed world, they can actually give you patient capital that can allow you to invest. So the solution to all this that I've mentioned is actually having a cooperative bank. And that is why we are here. First of all, we want to thank His Excellency the President, Cabinet and Parliament for their positivity, for their support towards the establishment of the cooperative bank in Uganda. We call it the National Cooperative Bank. Ugandans, the listeners and viewers, previously we had the cooperative bank, which had been established in 1964, the time when the cooperatives were very strong in this country, controlling the entire economy, when the economy of Uganda was in the hands of Ugandans, in the names of cooperatives. When they were controlling a lot, only in produce, they were controlling 325,311,500 Uganda shillings. They were controlling 90% and 60% of Robusta and Arabic coffee. They had 1% to gin, they had 100% monopoly to gin cotton. They had 14 gineries and 7 coffee chewing works. They established the bank. They established Uganda Cooperative Alliance. So the country was in the hands of cooperatives, to the extent that even Asians came here to learn. Not only Asians, but foreigners were here to learn the cooperative model. A case in point is Korea, South Korea. Uganda was ahead of South Korea. It was ahead of Singapore. They came here and studied the cooperative model. I had an interaction, an interface with the Korean Development Strategy head, who exactly explained that they were here to study how the cooperative unions were functioning. Take an example of Eastern.